Christian, just tell me firstly, how tall are you?
2 weeks before the fight, actually, I got invited to Asia camp for the Pulev fight.
Terell Jamal Woods.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that fight? Because he, he's got quite a lot of experience. He's had quite a lot of fights, but granted, quite a few losses as well. It's your girls, Katie and Sham at Boxing and Bants, and I am pleased to be joined by undefeated heavyweight boxer Christian Hun, currently holding a record of 6 wins. Christian, welcome.
Thank you, Sham. Nice to meet you, ladies.
Nice
And
to
you?
meet you. Christian, just tell me firstly, how tall are you?
I'm 6'9".
I saw you stand next to Tyson Fury in a picture, and I was thinking, are you taller than him?
Yeah, well, arguably I'm like an inch taller or something. Yes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Big lad.
I'm just a little bit taller, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I get 9 hours sleep, I'm probably 6'10". No, I'm joking. I'm full blown 6'9", actually, like officially. Like that's like my official height. Probably Tyson, probably 6'8" and a half, maybe something like this, And it depends what kind of shoes we're wearing and how straight we stand. And we're talking about this much always, it's really insignificant.
Of course. So currently in Miami, originally from Germany. Do you ever travel back?
Hang on. So my father is German, my mother is Italian, but I was actually raised in the UK in London.
Oh.
Therefore, I'm a little bit of a mix, I guess. And yes, I'm currently in Miami, and I'm currently living here, and I do not plan to leave Miami ever. It's just really lovely out here. Yeah.
So Christian, I know you've been out of the ring for a little while, about a year roughly. I know your last fight with Mirko Tinto was last November. How do you feel about being out of the ring, for so long? I know a lot of people have because of COVID, but how do you feel about that? Does that make worry you at all?
I mean, it doesn't really worry me, but certainly it's not the ideal kind of situation. I've in between this 1 year, I actually had a split with my former promoter, Universal, and then I split with my management as well. So it's been a little bit over a year filled with, some sort of, I want to call it drama. But now everything is good, everything is well. I'm actually signed to a new promoter as of now, self-managed. I'm still not really able to disclose much information about the new promoter because they've asked me to just keep it, confidential as of now. They'd like to make the announcement, I believe, possibly this week or next week latest, I would assume. And everything is good, really, apart from obviously this year. Inactivity is never a good thing, really. However, it's not like I was inactive, incarcerated or something. I was actually pretty. I was actually pretty active. I've done. Of course, I've trained every day. Yeah. I've had a couple of great camps. With Anthony Joshua, actually in November last year for the Pulev fight. Then another one in February for just like a tall opponent. I assume it would have been Tyson Fury. And then I've been together with Tyson from April throughout to August.
Your last fight against Tinto, you looked strong. You looked mean. I saw you breaking him down with a few tough body shots from early, which seemed to tire him out. And you also kept him at range. But did you expect him to retire in the 3rd round?
You know what? To be honest, I don't like the performance I had with Mirko Tinto. I didn't really rate it as much. I was supposed to actually fight on October 16th of last year. A year ago today, I was supposed to fight against a gentleman from Nigeria, who back then was, I believe, 18-1. Honoriode, I forgot his surname. But anyways, and I was supposed to fight in my hometown of Düsseldorf in Germany in the street arena. It was supposed to be my kind of homecoming fight, and obviously my first title fight. And we really, really worked really hard for this actual fight. And then a week before the main event, broke his hand, and then pretty much during this week, COVID regulations in Europe and in Germany again were really tight, and therefore the whole event got cancelled.
Okay.
So I was pretty much stuck there in Germany without my without my coach or anything. And, I just pretty much hung in there, and they told me, Christian, you're probably going to be fighting next year in February again. So, I had a bit of a break, this and that. And then about 2 weeks before the fight, actually, I got invited to Aegis camp for the Pulev fight. And they've then, while I was there, they've told me, listen, we're planning to make like a lockdown gym show just for our boys to stay active and to fight. Do you want to fight? And I said, yeah, sure, and then I ended up fighting as Mirko Tinto, and I wasn't really in the best of shape, and I wasn't really prepared for a southpaw either, because I didn't really spar, no chain going southpaw. But I just said, look, you got to take what's coming your way now, because obviously I've never really been too active, first of all, and second of all, it was, like my first title fight, which I was really eager to get some sort of silverware. It doesn't matter which one, I just wanted to get some. And, the opponent was also somewhat Mirko Tinto. He did actually defeat an undefeated guy, I believe, who was 13-0 or something. But the guy whom he's defeated, I forgot his name. He's a German guy as well. I know that he just isn't really anything special, and it was just more like an inflated record. And I knew that I would pretty much beat him, not with ease, but I would comfortably beat him. Therefore, I took the fight, but I can definitely do much better, especially against southpaws. I actually like southpaws a lot. And yeah, my plan was just to go out and just get some rounds in, really. To answer your questions, I knew that he wasn't gonna hang in there with me for long, just because he looked. First of all, he looked out of shape, and I knew it wasn't gonna be really a tough night at the office. But he's probably he was a 20-stone man, and he came out swinging. And he tried to swing a couple of left hands here and there, and I said, listen, like, you gotta be careful, yeah. Therefore, I just, when I had my chance, pretty much, I just let some shots go, and he essentially retired. I'm like, you know what? It's funny because I'm a bit like a good old. Everybody I fight, they retire in the corner. I'm like a pension fund.
I like that one.
I'm like a pension fund. By the way, I just invented this joke now, and I have to write it down. It's actually a good one.
So wait, sorry, Sham, what actually happened to his left arm or hand? What was it, broken?
Nothing.
Oh my God.
Nothing happened to his left arm. Nothing happened to his left arm. As a matter of fact, after this, we were both in the changing room getting the World Anti-Doping Association checkup, like doping control. And, both of us couldn't essentially urinate. Excuse my French. I don't know any better term to put it. And we just sat there for a while. And he didn't speak any English, no German, but then his coach, he told me, like, he didn't want none of that.
Yeah.
He just looked for like an honorable way out, because obviously he was gassing. And he knew that, either he just retires there or he gets punched more. He gets punched up more. So I think it was a good decision for him to actually. Funny enough, there's a guy in front of me. Actually looks like Mirko Tinto. Jesus Christ. When you speak of the devil.
He's come to find you.
Jesus Christ.
So listen, you mentioned that you sparred with Tyson Fury.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. You mentioned that you sparred with Tyson Fury. What is your relationship like with him? And have you got any funny moments you can share with us about your sparring session?
Well, I've been really lucky, because we've actually met him in Vegas, casually strolling through the Encore Hotel. Suddenly he was just in front of us, and actually I met him before that in Miami here, and he remembered me, and he immediately said, yeah, Christian, come on, let's have breakfast together. And he essentially brought me and my coach Michael Howard up to his suite in Encore, and we just essentially started to hang out from there. He wasn't really in camp yet. It was actually the weekend, or it was, I believe, the Thursday or the Friday of the Billy Joe Saunders Canelo fight. So on that particular day, he then flew off to, I believe, Houston, Texas, or whatever it was, for the fight. And my coach and I, a day or two later, we flew back to Miami. We were actually in Vegas just for laughs and giggles. And actually he told us that he was going to come back to Miami as well. So when he came back here, I believe the Monday or the Tuesday after the Canelo fight, so we're speaking days after we first met him, in Vegas. He called us and then we started to train together, and we were every day pretty much in the gym together, and we were having really an absolute laugh together at the gym. We were training together, and he was really, really great because he's taught me a lot. He really went out his way to teach me a lot. He saw a lot of similarities, I believe. He saw a big guy that can move in me, and that's what obviously he is. Therefore, I believe he had some fun to meet another guy who he might think is similar to him. And and then we probably spent how long? Maybe 2 weeks in Miami, right, together? Maybe even a little bit more. Maybe 3 or 4 weeks in Miami together. And then he went back to Vegas for camp, and we essentially went with him.
Wow.
So and then we were in Vegas together, and then everything started to be really serious because obviously he then had the Deontay Wilder fight lined up, and obviously Deontay Wilder is, as we've seen last week, last Saturday, is a dangerous customer. Nothing. Then everything started to be a little bit more serious, but nevertheless, the atmosphere was still great. We had great sparring. He got a great team around him. I've had the luck as well to actually spend a lot of time, like my coach Michael Hogan and I had the luck to spend a lot of time with Sugar Hill, his coach. My coach Michael is a big, first of all, boxing enthusiast, but also a big student of the game in terms of also the Kronk style. And obviously, Sugar Hill is pretty much the Kronk style ambassador nowadays in terms of boxing teaching. Therefore, we spend really a lot of time together, having fun and learning, and yeah.
That's really nice.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Probably thinking back now, it was probably one of the best experiences I've had in boxing, I would say.
Wow. And then you can tell your grandkids, and then they can tell their grandkids about your story.
Right. Absolutely.
Exactly.
That'll be part of, it'll be like chapter 4 in my biography.
Exactly. So just touching on Tyson Fury, as you are a heavyweight in the division, it's only right we ask you your thoughts on the biggest trilogy that just took place last weekend, just gone Saturday, against Fury and Wilder 3. What did you make of that whole fight, the outcome? What's your thoughts?
Okay. So for me, I believe it was fight of the decade. I struggle to think about a fight that was as good as last week's fight of Tyson Fury against Deontay Wilder. Possibly even further than that. My database only records the last 10 years of boxing. I'm not quite sure. I really have to think of what other fight before this was just as good as this. It was an incredible fight, really. From start to finish, it was a drama from start to finish. I think Deontay Wilder looked actually really good. He started really good in the first round, and he looked much improved also throughout the remainder of the fight. However, once his right hand started landing, he really started to load up with that big right hand, and obviously cost him a lot of energy. And he somewhat, I believe, it somewhat deviated the plan or the strategy of the fight. Let's put it this way: I was really impressed with Deontay Wilder for the improvements that he's done, and for he's obviously his chin and his heart and desire to win. Nevertheless, I believe if they would fight 10 times, Tyson Fury will always win, because I believe he's just the better boxer, and surely now the best in the heavyweight division.
Big fight upcoming for you, Terell Jamal Woods.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that fight? Because he, he's got quite a lot of experience. He's had quite a lot of fights, but granted, quite a few losses as well. What can we expect from you in the ring?
So first of all, I'm really excited to, of course, have this upcoming fight in 40 odd days, or 35 days. It's been a long time coming, as we just spoke. Mr. Woods, he's I believe a tough man. He's durable. He's like a typical, really well-seasoned journey.
We wish you the best of luck, Christian. What a great boxing convo we've had with you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Best of luck for your future bout. Tell the people where they can find you on social media and also where we can watch your fight.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure to meet you both. You can follow me on Instagram, Christian Hun _official. Please do send me DMs. Please do write me. I'm always really, I like to engage with everybody. I like to hear your comments, good, bad, or ugly. My fight is going to be, it's going to be an interesting one because this announcement also hasn't been made, but it's going to be on a streaming platform. It's going to be a new streaming platform. I do not want to spoil the news. I don't want to make any announcement before the actual promoter is going to make them. So please just hang on, but it's definitely going to be seeable and it's going to be well advertised as well. So if you follow me on social media, you'll definitely be able to see the whereabouts. You can actually see the fight.
Brilliant. And hopefully we can speak to you after the fight.
Absolutely, anytime. I would love to.
Sure thing.
Christian, thanks again, as Katie said, and best of luck.
Thank you, best of luck.
Guys, we are Katie and Sham at Boxing and Bants, and don't forget, of course, to like, comment, share, and subscribe.